Alright, so it is time for another Dragon Ball Super card game video. And this one, yes, we're doing this. I haven't done it before. I haven't done like a starter deck opening or a breakdown or anything like that before. But this one is the new BROLY leader, the one that everybody's gonna be playing. Most likely, a lot of interest is going to be into this because he's really good, and I really wanted to go over the deck itself, the cards that come with it, and a few other caveats, a few things I might not really agree with when it comes down to this starter deck, but it does make sense in a merchandising perspective, I guess. But before that, definitely go ahead and subscribe if you are new. Like, dislike, let me know what you think about this leader, let me know what you think about this deck itself and the art, all the other stuff. Let's go ahead and get into it. So before we do anything else, let's go take a look at the back. This is the back. It has everything in it. It has the play mat, like the sort of thing right here. Also, if you haven't checked it out, this is one of the new mats I made. I'll make a nice little B-roll here so that way you can take a look at all the manga in the back. Probably one of the last ones I'll be doing as far as a manga type of play mat, but neither here nor there. So we have again the play sheet, the play manual, and as well as the 51 card deck, including the leader. So we have a number of things. So we have the BROLY Unleashed, which is the leader, the Ravager, which is the 4-drop, 6-drop, and 8-drop, I do believe is in here, or the 4-drop and 4-drop, 6-drop, the 4-drop 7. And I believe something else that's in the BROLY line. We'll take a look at it, but a couple of things to note if you didn't want to go through this whole thing is that it only comes with 2 super combos, so that's super important to take a look at and to remember, which means you're gonna have to buy at least 2 of them to actually get 4 super combos. If you look on TCG Player, as of the last time I looked, I'll look right now and kind of put it up on the screen here. I'm pretty sure that it's actually sold out. So watch out for that. If you're going to be buying 2 starter decks, or 1 starter deck thinking that you get 4 super combos, which doesn't make sense for an actual deck itself, thanks Bandai, you would actually have to buy 2, which means you're just spending a little bit more money. But we do have a bunch of green cards, or not a bunch of green cards, but a lot of good amount of green cards here with the Chi Life Force and Limo. The Time to Fight stuff, which is the starter deck exclusive, and then the Godly Destruction Whis, which I believe is the starter deck Borgos, basically. So the one that is a 1-drop cantrip, and then if they untap an energy during their turn, you get to snipe it, or during your turn, I believe. It was one of those. We'll take a look at it. We have some Cold Bloodlust reprints, and as well as Frieza Call, so those are not going to be out of stock anytime soon. And then we have the other BROLY line, Ties That Bond Ba, which is the recursion card, I do believe. Wrathful Charge was a playset of those, so that's cool. And then BROLY Control Mechanism, and of course it has all the other stuff that we generally get for any kind of merchandise, right? On the side, it does have the number 8. So number 8, I just did a video. I'll put it right here or on the top right as far as a card, however I can do it. As far as going through the expert deck that got released and that got dropped in leak, and then as well as the starter deck 9, so the Keflin as well as the Vegeta, the one that I think looks like Keflin Vegeta. So let's go ahead and open some cards, boy. Okay, so we got the energy area. These are actually kind of cool, like, because every single starter deck has its own sort of thing going on. Like the art itself, this one has the leader BROLY on it, and it actually looks pretty cool. I mean, if you are actually new, this is perfect for you. And some people do like to troll because it is legal technically in regionals and tournaments and things like that. So I mean, if you want to troll and you know exactly what you're doing, and you want to make sure that you know it's legal, you can just do that. Of course, the play manual probably has some things that are updated in this, but none of us actually really open it or read it, and I'm not going to do that either. So all right. So this is the actual deck, the thing that you actually want to have. So let's go ahead and open that. Okay, finally I got it open. That was like annoyingly really difficult. I had I think one of them is actually destroyed. Like I have a card that's destroyed. But this is the leader. If you didn't know already, I might do a whole video on him. But I mean, it might be a whole cluster of videos, like like 5 decks that you got to watch out for in set 6. But this was definitely one of them. Not this deck in particular, but definitely this leader. And the front side itself, again, is to choose 1 green Frieza army from your deck, which is going to be the 1-drop. You don't have it in your hand already, to awaken. And then this one is a flip over 1 energy and then draw 1. This guy also can only play 2 battle cards in the battle area, which is really good as far as balance, because it does get annoying while playing him, where you just can't play another one, or if you don't have something to pop on their end or on your end. And then sparking 7 is that you draw until you have 6 cards, which makes this absolutely strong. Like, it's just crazy how good that is in a lot of different situations. And of course, you choose one of your battle cards and one of theirs in order to KO something. So this one again plays the 7-drop, which again, these are all, I believe, the foils. So we'll go through that real quick. This is the golden sort of foiling for the starter deck exclusive. This is the I do believe the 2nd chain, in which this one has critical 30,000 and burst 3 to drop 1. And of course, this is the first card that actually starts the chain that comes in foil. The Paragus does come in foil, but again, you only get 1 of every one of them that I'm showing, and then only 2 of a lot of the ones that I showed earlier. So in order to get a foil playset of all of these things, because they do come in foil, like I said, you're gonna have to buy 4 starter decks, which is kind of hefty. I would highly suggest to wait a little bit, even if you're gonna be playing celebrations or something like that, to wait to foil them, so that way they go into circulation and the price isn't too crazy. But again, we got the 2nd chain, the one that starts it, Paragus in the foil, which looks great in person, by the way. I love it. I love this card. And Chilai Bei, you know, yeah, okay. And she has a butt, right? Is that what it is? Lima, and then Son Goku Time to Fight in the foil. Vegeta Whis, which is the one that I was saying, that you can pop 8 energy like a Borgos, and then Garly Destruction Beerus, which is a pretty cool card. It just KOs something 2 or less after you play it. And I wish this was a 10k. Like, they're really doing Beerus wrong with a lot of the cards. I mean, he's a god of destruction. He should be one of the strongest cards in the game, but like every time, but I don't know. And again, got the 7-drop, got the 4-drop, got the Paragus, all the ones that we kind of went through already. This is a really good card, by the way. I think this is a one that a lot of people are kind of sleeping on, not so much talking about in a lot of their builds, at least the ones that I'm seeing. And I think Chilai, this Chilai specifically, is really quite good, because she is the equivalent to the SR Gohan from Clash of Fate, in which you draw 1 and then it has a cantrip, which you play a 2 costs or less from your deck for Green Frieza, which technically you could play a Paragus, a super combo, if you have no other targets. You just have to pay 2. But most of the time, it just brings out the other Chilai or the other Limo, which you play the Limo and then you drop one of the Chilais in the drop area. But that just gets out of hand after this girl is on the field for a long time. But this one, not really too good, but whatever. Time to Fight is really good. I mentioned in before where you can play like a explosive Goku with this guy. You just play him out with the 10k or less, green or yellow. They're 3 costs or less and 10k or less. And then you play him out, you can pop something at the end of the turn, he just restands. So it's probably one of the best targets for that. I'm sure there's a few other ones, but I think that's one of the best. And then we have Vegeta Time to Fight, which is a blocker, turns it to 1 if they have 3 or more, or 4 or more cards in rest mode. The Whis that we talked about in the Beerus. So we got playsets of all this stuff as far as the Cold Bloodless, and then the reprints for the Frieza's Call, so that's pretty cool. They really just love their Frieza's army. And now we have the first of the chain, 4 of them, as far as the other chain, the one that everybody's gonna be playing, in which you can KO something 3 or less for this one in the combo phase. For the Broly, which doesn't make sense in this deck because you can just search it. This should really be at 2 or 3, but hey, Bandai. And then we have 4 Paragus, which looks at the top 5. And then when it gets popped or removed from a skill, it doesn't have to be your opponent's, but it can be yours as well, which Wrathful Charge really is good synergy with it. You can untap 1 of your green energy. And then Times That Bond Ba, in which you can play this, you place it in the drop area, and then you get a Broly card in your drop. 4 of the Broly control mechanism, which is cool enough, I guess, which is really good for setting off your own chain. So you play this, and then you have a 4-drop or a 6-drop, which doesn't look like any of those are in here. It's just the 4-drop for the other chain, the first chain, and the other chain you can do the same thing, because they have, if I am somewhat kind of organized, you can drop 2 cards for this one too, and then get out the 7-drop, which it is, I mean, in theory it is pretty powerful. Like, you get the 1, you put this guy out, swing for critical 20,000, whoa, excuse me, and then right after that you can play this man, in which you have a turn 2 7-drop 30,000 critical, which drops a card from their hand. So I mean, it's good, it has its own merit. I just don't know if it's worth playing, but that's just me. And then the BROLY control mechanism, and then 4 of the Wrathful Charge, so pretty cool. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's not really much to the starter decks. There's not really things that I really want to break down. I think this is one of the better starter decks, not only for contents in the actual cards, because there are a lot of playable cards here, but also just the leader in general, and as well as what you can do with the cards that come with it. I think obviously the time to fight cards are going to be a little bit better with a lot of other cards like the ones I mentioned, or just situations that I mentioned, but at the same time I think the fact that you get so many foils is awesome, and they look really good in person. They look really good in camera. So let me know what you think as far as the starter deck goes. What you think about this leader? Whoa, almost killed my camera. And then also, if you're going to be playing this leader, and how you're going to be playing it. Are you going to be playing the devs that was on stream? That was green blue. Are you going to be playing mono green? Are you going to be playing green yellow? Let me know. And I will catch you in the next one. Subscribe if you're new, comment, like, dislike, all that other stuff. Later.